Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lulu goes on the run, and Ava has her day in court. In General Hospital's preview for the week of November 25th to 27th, the Quartermaines may have to enjoy their pizza next week, as Michael's busy conspiring against Drew. Read on for the details and watch the teaser video. Court is in session, and Ava's on trial for the murder of Christina/Molly's kid. Christina is called to the stand and declares, "I'm ready to talk about what Ava did to me." Will she be able to keep it together? Or will Rick cause her to burst and lose her cool? Lucky gets a call saying Lulu has gone missing. It appears she makes a break for it, fleeing from Turning Woods and getting away from her uncle Cyrus, who has been intent on helping her, whatever that means. Michael records Drew stating, "I was never going to choose Curtis over you." Just last week, he was trying to convince Curtis to partner up with him and push him out of Aurora, and now it appears he has the evidence to get Curtis on his side. Back in court, Rick confronts Christina, who is still on the stand. "Why are you lying?" Yup, Christina's probably going to have a hard time keeping it together. Finally, the commercial closes at Maxie's apartment as James holds a tray of cookies and asks, "Who are you? Has Lulu come home?" We assume it was just a matter of time for General Hospital's Nicholas to have something in common with portrayer Adam Huss, but we weren't expecting it to be this. Because now, it seems both Nicholas and Adam Huss had been presumed killed at some point. Fortunately, to paraphrase Mark Twain, the news of both their deaths have been wildly exaggerated. Unlike Nicholas, though, Huss hasn't been hiding out anyplace pretending to be dead, nor did he make a dramatic entry as he announced his return to life. Well, unless you count an Instagram post as one. He did reference 13th century poet Rumi when he announced he was alive and well, which honestly, is pretty dang grand. "Thank you all for the concern," Huss wrote. "I say this with a chuckle, but I am alive despite the gossip mill saying otherwise. Just another reason I am taking a social media break." We believe taking a break from social media may have been where this story was started, but it's tricky to say when it comes to the rapid-fire disinformation flying around out there. "I do check this from time to time and I see your messages," the actor stated. "I appreciate every one of them. Thank you for caring and for being fans of whatever work you're discovering of mine. I do not take that for granted." Check the post out below, along with the Rumi quotation Huss provided. Nicholas' portrayer ended things up with a final word of encouragement and well wishes for his admirers. A final statement for the post, that is, and potentially for a little while as he goes back to remaining off of social media. Again, Huss is alive and well. "I have been busy filming and also taking time to figure out how to do exactly what this quote says," he wrapped up, "in spite of whatever else is going on in the world or comes my way. I hope everyone has a lovely Thanksgiving. And we hope Huss has a nice Thanksgiving, too. And if he's pleased extending his social media sabbatical, hopefully he's got a nice holiday season of not being dead ahead, as well." General Hospital spoilers update for Monday, November 25th, shows that Christina Corinthos Davis will be a little worried about hitting the witness stand, but Sonny Corinthos and Alexis Davis will deliver a pep talk. Even Molly Lansing Davis will hold Christina's hand and assure her sister that she's got this. Molly and Christina will have a reason to come together for once, and that reason is their common determination to make Ava Jerome pay. However, Rick Lansing will make an impressive opening argument and aim to prove that Ava is innocent. What happened to Christina and her unborn child was simply a sad accident, therefore Rick will make a strong argument for that as the trial goes on. Trina Robinson is the one person in the courtroom who has a genuine friendship with Ava, thus she may prove to be incredibly useful to Rick. That said, Trina will get a bit tripped up on the stand when it comes to the prosecution's queries. As for Christina, our GH predictions imply that her own turn on the witness stand will be intense. Molly may wind up angry at how Rick handles this next section, so keep with us for updates on how it'll all go down. While Christina and dozens of others push for Ava's conviction, Curtis Ashford will divulge a secret at the boxing gym. That's where Curtis will undoubtedly tell Jordan Ashford about Michael Corinthos' offer to join forces. Curtis doesn't want to believe that Drew Quartermaine would double-cross him like Michael said, but he may ultimately concede it's a possibility. The more Curtis thinks about it, the more convinced he may feel that helping Michael is his only path to holding onto the Aurora CEO position. Even still, two wrongs don't make a right, so Curtis may fear he'll merely unleash more mayhem if he helps Michael get revenge. While Curtis seeks Jordan's advice, Michael will be busy creating a trap for Drew. We'll see Drew drum up Michael as the future of Aurora and push Curtis aside like yesterday's news, but it may play right into Michael's hands. Michael may utilize his phone to discreetly record Drew's betrayal and offer Curtis concrete proof at some point. Then again, Michael may just keep hoping Curtis will come around as he prepares to take decisive action against Drew. At Turning Woods, Cyrus Renaud will continue to go too close for comfort as he smooths Lulu Spencer's hair and assures he's taken care of everything. Lulu recently came out of her coma, but she'll feign that she's still in it, perhaps out of fear that Cyrus will cause her awful fate. Whatever the situation, Lulu will eventually decide to make a dangerous move, so it sounds like it's time for her to sneak out of Turning Woods and seek help elsewhere. General Hospital spoilers predict Lulu will send some shockwaves later during the week of November 25th to 29th, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers reveal a preview video has been posted for the week of November 25th, 2024. It shows Lulu Spencer creeping around a corner, trying to flee Turning Woods unobserved. Meanwhile, Lucky Spencer is alerted that his sister is missing. Over in the courthouse, Rick Lansing questions Christina Corinthos Davis on the stand. Plus, Drew Quartermaine tries to deceive Michael Corinthos. Keep reading and let's chat about what is coming up on the ABC soap drama. Lulu Spencer escapes. GH spoilers for the week of November 25th show that the preview video focused on Lulu's escape. At Turning Woods, Lulu is out of her bed and sneaking around. Peering around a corner, Lulu is checking to see if the coast is clear. It seems that Lulu might make her grand escape. However, Lulu probably has no idea that she has been in a coma for 4 years and a lot has changed. At the same time, Lulu woke up from her coma with the memories of Cyrus Renaud's threats. Then, Lulu hears Cyrus' voice and has to deal with him caressing her forehead while making strange promises. James West is at home and has a plate of cookies. James stops in his stride and asks, "Who are you?" Could it be Lulu? It is intimated that Cody Bell helps a stranger and there is cause to assume the stranger might be Lulu. Rick lands a surprising GH spoilers, Lucky Spencer's fear. Over with Lucky, he gets a phone call. Lucky will be alerted that Lulu has gone missing from Turning Woods. Of course, Lucky will fly into a panic. Lucky won't suppose that Lulu woke up and made a getaway. Lucky might think that someone has snatched Lulu. Michael Corinthos vs. Drew Quartermaine. General Hospital spoilers for the week of November 25th state that the preview clip also shows Michael scheming to discredit Drew. Fans recall that Slimeball Drew has been making a lot of slithery maneuvers. Not just with Willow Tate Corinthos but in business as well. Just last week, on Friday, November 22nd, Michael went to Curtis Ashford regarding Drew. However, Curtis wasn't about to turn on a friend based on gossip alone. So, when Michael plays a tiny tape for Curtis, it changes everything. Drew tries to claim to Michael in that oh-not-so-smooth political tone, "I was never going to choose Curtis over you," and we presume that Curtis won't believe his ears. Could this relate into Michael's planned exit story? General Hospital spoilers, week of November 25th, 2024. The preview footage also shows a few clips from Ava Jerome's trial. Christina arrives inside the courtroom with Alexis Davis and Sonny Corinthos. As the parties exchange glares, court is called into session. On the stand, Christina states she is ready to talk about what Ava did to her. However, Christina is perplexed and scrambles when Rick asks Christina why she's lying. Share your opinions in the comment area below. Remember to keep watching the soap on ABC to find out what happens next. Blow at Ava's trial, Michael turns the tables on Drew with an underhanded trick. Michael betrays Drew today on General Hospital in order to form an alliance with Curtis. Lulu makes her great escape, and Ava's trial starts. In the General Hospital of today, ignoring a call from Curtis on his own phone, Michael checks his right as Drew arrives. Drew responds not, but thanks Michael for meeting to go over urgent concerns. Michael curtly acknowledges he told Jason about Willow and Drew's kiss, but he wants some explanation for why Jason attacked him. but he had no idea Jason would attack him. Drew urges them to get past this by having a real conversation about Willow neither of them desire. He is really remorseful about what occurred. There are no apologies for what he did, rather, Michael believes Michael would pardon him so he may pass. Why would I want that? Michael only glares at Drew. She insists she only kissed him unintentionally once. You sure about that? Drew appeals to Michael, whose jaw clenches and lips purse. Drew begs to be permitted to make up for the damage he caused. How does he plan on doing that? Drew believes part of building up trust is handing Michael the CEO job, but is that the only reason to get back in his good graces? No, Drew adds, that's simply part of it. Michael knows the job inside and out. Curtis is wonderful for interim, but Michael is the future. Drew says the next step is to thank Curtis and convince him he's valuable, but not experienced enough, then they clear it with the board and go on. Bottom line, he never promised Curtis anything. Michael comes first. I was never going to choose Curtis over you. We then notice Michael's phone, capturing the whole exchange. At the gym, Curtis gets off from trying to reach Drew and flashes back to Michael telling him Drew's going to get rid of him as the CEO as soon as he's in DC. Jordan gets there remarking how out of breath he is, and Curtis reveals he's working out his frustrations. He tells her he has grounds to believe someone he trusts is holding a secret. Drew. At the boxing gym, Curtis earnestly meets Jordan. He didn't believe it at first, but now Drew's being evasive and avoiding him. Curtis tells her she can't tell anyone, but Michael informed him that Drew would double-cross him and install Michael in the CEO position. Jordan thinks Drew's just busy and it's not an issue of him avoiding Curtis, but Curtis isn't sure. Lulu's shamming her coma as a nurse checks her monitors, then sits up to massage her legs the second she's gone. She tries walking again, having greater luck at staying upright this time. She makes her way unsteadily to the couch, then hears Cyrus informing the doc he's located a better long-term institution in South Carolina. Lulu hurries back to bed to lay back down in her coma. Cyrus comes in stating he's taken care of everything. He's attempting to get her out of there as soon as possible. The nurses come back in and Cyrus leaves, as Lulu surreptitiously listens to them discussing about getting a slew of new patients tonight and the hospital being a madhouse. They depart and she unplugs herself, making her way to the door, creeping away along the corridor. Cyrus rests a hand on Lulu's head as she lies with her eyes closed in her hospital bed. She makes it to the front desk and overhears them talking about moving her to the new institution, then backs away hesitantly. She finds a fire alarm behind her and pulls it. When the front desk clears out, she makes a slow run for the exit, snagging a coat and bag the receptionist left behind. Shortly after, Cyrus returns, asking to see Lulu. He doesn't enjoy leaving her alone very long. Outside, Lulu's changing into jeans and hoodie to cover herself. She stumbles off into the darkness. Alexis and Sunny come to the courthouse and ask how Christina's doing. She's okay, but she wants it all over so Ava can pay for what she's done. Molly and TJ show up and Molly tells her sis she's got it. In court, a teary-eyed Christina purses her lips. Trina and Jocelyn enter the courtroom, where Trina grins at her boss. Joss and Gio take seats on the other side of the room, and everyone starts to file in while Rick and Ava observe. The trial begins and the prosecutor offers her opening statement to the jury about why Ava's guilty. Christina remembers back to their quarrel and falling out the window, writhing nervously. After Ava glares at her, Rick gets up for his own opening statements, arguing this was all just a tragedy, not a terrible attack by his client. He doesn't believe that, by the conclusion of the trial, they'll find Ava guilty. It's because of Christina's fury and attack that she lost her own baby. Rick pins it all on Christina. First up is Natalia, explaining what she observed when Christina fell, followed by Gio. Jocelyn follows next, describing Christina's situation when she found her in the pool. Then we're back to Natalia, talking about Christina cut up, bleeding and still. Joss talks about heading to the ambulance with Christina. Then Trina talks about what she did and glanced up to see Ava standing in the window, after some urging from the prosecutor. Molly, TJ, Christina, Joss, Gio, Alexis, and Sunny sit solemnly in court. Rick then stands up to point out that Trina saw Ava, but didn't see who or what caused the fall. Then the OBGYN who worked on Christina gets on the stand, saying the baby would have been born healthy. Another doctor describes how the fall caused the miscarriage, and they couldn't rescue the baby. Rick climbs back up to inquire whether the doctor noticed any defensive wounds, and he answers no. There was nothing conclusive. The court calls a recess and Ava tells her lawyer they're getting destroyed up there. A little time later, Alexis and Sunny tell their daughter she's been doing great. Then court resumes and Christina's called up to testify. Sasha was informed by Michael that Willow and Drew shared a bed. Later, when Drew started pursuing his wife, he cautioned Curtis to be careful around him. Michael is essentially informing everyone in Port Charles that Drew and Willow are having an affair. I genuinely want to see Drew lose, even if I don't usually like Michael when he's out for vengeance. When all is said and done, Drew will be hated by the entire community. Perhaps Drew will be moved off the canvas to Washington, D.C., as a result of this and his electoral success? The show has been losing a lot of characters lately, let's face it. I asked Sasha last week why she hadn't gotten a pregnancy test. She was holding an exam, which was one of Friday's cliffhangers. On the one hand, I don't want Sasha and Michael to be associated with a child. On the other hand, that would be a great soap opera. Furthermore, Michael is a direct descendant of Sunny, even though he is not his biological son. With baby mama number 3, this would be baby number 3. Alexis is the only person left behind as Dante embraces Cody. Molly and Chrissy arrive to console their mother before they depart for the cemetery after Gio has left. She realizes that grief and love are intertwined, and she feels as though her heart is breaking and exploding. Davis girls. They relive Alexis' final moments with her child, Sam hanging a noose around her neck in a jail cell, Sunny and Sam fighting to get out of town, and Sam seducing Sunny. Sam and Sunny. They show Jason shouting at Sam to get out of the car as it explodes and Sam discussing having to take her GED test with him. Maxie then gives her shoes as a gift. A montage of Sam's memories while soothing music plays. Sam's flashback. Meanwhile, Lulu wakes up in General Hospital with a gasp. Lulu awakens. She rubs her face with her palm after opening her eyes. GH's Lulu in a coma. Dominic Zamprogna talks about what it was like on set the day the funeral was filmed as Port Charles gets ready to bid goodbye to Sam. What will happen to Dante next? Molly and Christina support Alexis. Lucas and Ava discover points of agreement. Tristan Rogers commemorates a truly special occasion as supporters wait for Robert to return. Lulu awakens. We take a look back at the life of Laura Wright's daughter in pictures as she turns 26. Spoilers for Wednesday, November 20th, on General Hospital. A heart-to-heart is shared between Jason and Danny. Elizabeth receives unsettling news. Alumni castmates start doubting Jason Thompson when he sustains an injury. Will they have to amputate? Alexis swears. Molly outlines Rick's plan. Justice is demanded by Dante and Christina. General Hospital spoilers for November 21st, Thursday. When Jason and Drew find out what Sam wants for her kids on today's General Hospital, Jason won't let Danny live with Drew. Jason will GH. Sasha hears Michael's confession. Jason is determined. Dante considers what he should do next. Former cast member Vanessa Antoine appears on Grey's Anatomy as, spoiler, S new romantic interest. Jocelyn is thanked by Christina. Trina is shocked by Kai. Learn why Kai and Trina aren't yet being shipped. Friday, November 22nd spoilers for General Hospital. In today's recap, Michael alerts Curtis about Drew, and Dante and Jason plan to move into the Quartermain house in order to keep the kids together. Curtis GH is warned by Michael. Christina receives bad news from Molly. Ava feels nervous. TJ is encouraged by Stella. Jason asks Dante for advice. Felicia and Mac take Sasha's place. According to General Hospital spoilers, Michael Corinthos' rocky marriage will put him in a difficult position. It has been difficult for Michael to decide what to do because he still loves Willow Corinthos and the family they have created together. Regarding Willow and Drew Quartermain's hookup in the playroom, which he witnessed on the nanny cam, Michael has yet to confront them. This is partly because Michael would feel compelled to reveal his own one-night affair with Sasha Gilmore Corbin if he forced Willow to be clean, though he intends to keep her name out of it if he does. But it's clear that Michael's concerns about Willow's deep love for Drew are growing. Willow has been ready to risk a lot to test their relationship because she made out with Drew twice and then had a playroom altercation with him. Naturally, Willow is now making an effort to put her marriage back on track in order to restart her life. That does not imply that Willow and Drew will be able to resist temptation when it eventually reappears. It's simple to imagine Willow and Drew eventually giving in to more passion. It's possible that Willow and Drew will attempt to say their final goodbyes, only to let their emotions run wild and lead to another passionate argument. For Michael, watching Willow and Drew undress on a tape that he can disable is one thing. The fact that Michael really witnessed his wife and uncle carrying out the crime is something else entirely. Would Michael be able to see Willow and Drew face to face the next time? Would that be this enraged husband's final straw? Michael cannot simply let this continue, no matter how badly he wants to mend Willow's relationship. Michael might push Willow to be open about her feelings for Drew and her desire to live with him instead. Since Willow is unable to have both men, Michael might pressure her into getting a divorce in order to make her choose. Willow might use this as a wake-up call about how much she actually stands to lose if she is unable to move on from Drew. Our predictions indicate that Michael and Willow's relationship issues will only worsen, so we'll keep you informed of any shocking developments that may still be in the works. Keep an eye out for all the drama as General Hospital teasers suggest Michael may encounter some awkward situations, particularly if Sasha is pregnant. Dante is unsure of where to take Rocco. Michael informs Sasha that Drew and Willow had an affair, and Sunny offers Christina a job. Wednesday's GH recap, Lulu attempted to leave her bed after remembering Cyrus threatening her, while Lucas was exonerated but Liz might be held accountable for Sam's death. In the gym, Dex meets Kai. The policeman mentions Trina and reveals that he is seeing her roommate. Dex gym. Trina is a sweetheart, Dex tells him. He questions his absence from the college gym. Kai is interested in sparring. Kai discusses Trina with Dex. They discuss football as they enter the ring and spar. Kai offers to play a game with him. He seems like a kind dude, according to Dex. Kai thinks he can make Trina see that. Kai-Dex spar. Sunny serves Christina dinner at Pozzolo's and inquires as to why she is so agitated. She worries that she may make a mistake during the trial. He assures her that she will succeed. She was afraid she would let her daughter down. Sunny offers her a job with him, saying she needs something new to focus on. Sunny offers Christina a job. Although she is not qualified to accomplish anything, she appreciates it. He believes she is intelligent and will succeed. To check how she feels, she can bounce around at Corinthos Coffee. She consents to give it some thought. Christina replies that Sunny is concerned. Joss is told by Trina at Bobby's that Kai is a flake. Having to spend time explaining things to him is something she dislikes. General Hospital spoilers predict that Lucky Spencer will finally find a reason to stay in Port Charles. Now that Elizabeth Baldwin is locked in a bad predicament at GH, Lucky will have a feeling of purpose again as he works to help her. Lucky knows Liz better than just about anyone, so he'll realize she's not responsible for Sam McCall's demise in any manner. Elizabeth is quite about the most conscientious employee in the entire hospital, so Lucky will have great faith that she did everything perfectly. That said, Sam nevertheless ended up killed suffering a lethal digitalis overdose somehow. This doesn't make sense to Liz since she handled Sam's nursing staff, which means she knows exactly the employees that treated Sam and what meds she was supposed to be given. Digitalis definitely wasn't on the list of recommended drugs, so none of this is adding together for Liz at this point. It won't add up for Lucky either, but he'll do whatever it takes to make sure Elizabeth's reputation is cleared. That could entail getting his hands on any security tape that could offer a clear image of a very dubious guest. Will Lucky call in a favor and get that film supplied to him ASAP? Could Cyrus Renaud be seen walking in and out of Sam's room shortly before her demise? Regardless, the show shared a pic of Lucky watching something on his phone with Liz eagerly looking next to him. there'll undoubtedly be something that draws Elizabeth and Lucky's attention, so it might be surveillance tape to see whether someone entered Sam's room who wasn't supposed to. We also know Lucky will launch a confrontation with Cyrus before the week's up, so will he call him out on the Sam visit and accuse him of being behind the Digitalis overdose? Of course, it's also conceivable this will be about Lulu Spencer going missing from Turning Woods, as that's set to happen, too. Lucky may think that Cyrus has done something to Lulu as well, but she's actually about to make an escape. Nevertheless, General Hospital spoilers claim Lucky will assume Cyrus is still bad news, so we'll send along more predictions on the tension that's brewing and updates on what it'll mean for Cyrus' future. At the boxing gym, Curtis went back to what Michael had told him about Drew wanting Michael to be Aurora's new CEO. Jordan quickly came and could see that Curtis had something on his mind. She offered to be a sounding board for Curtis' frustrations. Curtis told her that he suspected someone he trusted was holding a secret. Jordan noted that she understood how seriously Curtis took anything like that. Jordan was astonished to learn that Curtis suspected Drew was withholding something from him. Curtis stated that it was Michael who told him that Drew couldn't be trusted. Curtis said that Drew was trying to make Michael CEO of Aurora instead of him, but Jordan didn't believe it was true. Jordan told Curtis that he and Drew were probably simply playing phone tag and that Drew was not purposefully ignoring his calls. As Michael and Drew were in the Quartermain living room, Drew's phone rang. Michael asked if he would answer it, but when Drew saw that it was Curtis calling, he replied he would call him back. Drew asked Michael if he told Jason that Drew and Willow had kissed. Michael admitted that he had but hadn't realized that Jason would go after Drew. Michael pointed out that he typically confided his worries in Willow but couldn't do that this time. Drew once again apologized for kissing Willow and told Michael he hoped they could get past it. Drew reiterated that it was one kiss and a mistake. It was not intended. It just happened in the moment. It was the 4th of July and I have to admit there was a couple too many drinks. I am not trying to make excuses, but it's nothing to be repeated. Drew wanted to re-establish the trust between him and Michael and thought naming Michael the permanent CEO of Aurora may do that. Michael stated he would take Drew up on his offer but had a question before. Are you offering me this job solely to get back in my good graces? Drew agreed it was largely the reason but highlighted that he felt that Michael was the future of Aurora and not Curtis. When it comes to leading the company, you are the future, not Curtis, Drew remarked. Drew spoke a few more derogatory things about Curtis, unknowing that Michael videotaped the entire conversation. When Drew left, Michael contacted Curtis and played the recording for him, who now knew Drew was preparing to demote him to head of the wellness division in favor of Michael being CEO. Alexis and Sunny met with Christina at the courthouse. Alexis advised Christina that she needed to keep her calm when Rick questioned her on the stand. After the judge brought the courtroom to order, the prosecution began, calling the crime at hand unfortunate and referring to a newborn who left the world before she could draw her first breath. Her death wasn't natural. She was murdered, the prosecution continued as she looked directly at Ava. A traumatized Christina went back to the moment she fell through the window before the prosecutor brought up Ava's past history and stated she had a callous disregard for others. Rick then delivered his own introductory words. He highlighted that Ava's past had nothing to do with this trial. Instead, it was about what happened the day Christina fell and nothing more. I plan to show to you that Christina Corinthos Davis went to Miss Jerome's hotel room with rage and evil intentions. And as a result of that awful dispute, she is the one responsible for that horrible, horrible accident, Rick stated. Natalia was called to the stand first. She claimed that she and Blaze were having coffee at the Metro Court pool when they observed someone fall into the pool from a window above. Gio was questioned next and told the same basic account as Natalia. Jocelyn told the jurors about fulfilling her lifeguard responsibilities and getting Christina onto a backboard. When Trina was called to testify, she told the jury that everything occurred fast, but when she looked up, she noticed Ava standing by the window and looking down at the pool before she closed the curtains. Rick cross-examined Trina and got her to say that she didn't observe who or what caused Christina's fall. Dr. Navarro testified next and claimed that Christina had a good pregnancy. The emergency department doctor testified that the impact of the fall caused blunt force trauma and placental abruption, which caused the baby's death. Rick cross-examined the doctor, who indicated that he wasn't sure if Christina had any wounds that would suggest that she was attacked. Finally, Christina entered the stand and told the jury how she had offered to carry a child for Molly and TJ. Christina highlighted her good pregnancy, including how she would sing to the baby and eat what Christina felt were the baby's favorite foods. Christina then described why she had gone to Ava's room that day and what happened between her and Ava before she fainted. Christina claimed she pleaded with Ava to reverse the subpoena, calling for Christina to testify against Sunny. When Ava refused, Christina said she grabbed her arm and shoved Christina through the glass. Christina recalls waking up at the hospital to be told the baby had died. When I truly grasped why she wasn't inside me anymore, I knew it was because Ava had pushed me through the window. She has killed my baby, Christina remarked in a choked-up voice. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.